Oh, cool. Okay. So I never do this, but I felt super called to do it today because, as you guys know, we have a Aries full moon. And this energy is super strong, and I've just been seeing a whole bunch of people going through a lot like the past like probably week. And I really think that this has a lot to do with the fact that this Aries full moon is actually um, bringing up a lot of the core wounds that we're going to be dealing with Chiron and Aries for the next, 8 years? Yeah, till February of 2027. Um, Aries energy, that like rules our body, that rules um, in a lot of ways, like how we assert ourselves. And I think that, and our identity. Um, and it's just, a lot of our identities, I feel, have been built on rocky or faulty foundations. Like our childhoods definitely shape a lot of how we view ourselves and like what we have placed our identity in. And I actually mentioned in like a post a little while ago about a really good YouTuber on here called Eternal Impermanence, and she was actually talking to me today about legitimacy and how that has a lot to do with how we actually like form our identity. And I think that's just like a topic that's gonna be like really brought up and like fundamental for the next 8 years. And I just want to like ask you guys to, really address what triggers have been coming up for you guys in this season, especially today and especially the last week, as well as like what's going to be coming in this week. Because this can have a lot to do with like not only your identity, but also how you view your body. And basically, you know, coming to terms and accepting like how we treat our body, how we view ourselves, our identity, as well as like our self-image. And kind of a question that comes to mind is like, what have we done to our bodies? And then like, what can we do now with the information that we have in order to shift out of energies that like no longer serve us? And that's obviously what full moons have a lot to do with. But yeah, so basically, the full moons, like, I'm sure you guys have all heard it before. It's like, what do you need to release? What is like not serving you anymore? But this is very, very potent energy when it comes to Aries, because Aries is the fundamental body and the self. So basically, we're going to look at these cards, and after you decide, we're going to talk about basically what the Aries moon is trying to get you to address or to look at within yourself, within your life. A lot of the times, messages of like what we need to release will come through, but hopefully this can just give you some greater insight, especially for those of you who aren't into astrology, so you don't know exactly where this is hitting in your chart. You can totally hit me up if you guys need help figuring that out, because I think it's just super, super important to know. But without further ado, I'm going to hold the camera up so you guys can see the piles first. Okay, so this is pile number 1. This is pile number 2. This is pile number 3, pile number 4. So you can go ahead and make your decisions. Hi, Princess Nia. You're like the only person here. Oh, nope, there's 2 people now. But yeah, go ahead and make your decisions, and we're going to figure out what this Aries moon has to tell you. Oh, gotta switch this back. I don't know. Why is this? Apparently it does not want me to have my camera the other way. Okay, so I am gonna leave this here just for a minute. just in case there's more people who roll through and want to participate in the live energies. Obviously this will be still uploaded to YouTube as like a normal video so that people can view it. And I'll go through and like post timestamps and all the information at the end. But for my 3 beautiful followers who are watching this live, I am going to jump in with pile number 1. So I'm just gonna move these out of the way. Oh my god, I almost forgot, which was like this was a huge part of this whole live situation. I'm giving away a tarot deck. This is an astrology deck, which I felt like it was very fitting for, you know, the fact that full moon reading, astrology, all of that. This is a Black Moon astrology cards. I'm actually using them in this reading today. I love these cards. They're super useful. Also really good for people who are like trying to get more information about astrology. But I'm going to be picking a winner at the end of this upcoming week, and all you have to do is comment on the, well, I'm going to be making an Instagram post, so you're going to have to comment on the Instagram post and be following me on there. I don't have a lot of like, I'm trying to build the following on there, but yeah, that's how you can enter to win. When I post this thumbnail for the video that you're watching right now, and then I just want you to comment what like you're thankful for. That's literally all you have to do, is like follow me and comment what you're thankful for, because Thanksgiving's coming up, and yeah, I don't know, I think it's just like, you know, it's good for the soul to be thankful. So yeah, I'm so happy I like didn't totally forget that. But let's move into the reading. I also have some nice root chakra music playing. I think that this full moon has a lot to do with your root chakra. Because, you know, a lot of us are questioning our stability, or, you know, where we're at right now in our lives. And I just think you can never have enough stability. As a Virgo moon, you can never have enough stability. Okay, so if you chose pile number 1, let's go ahead and see what is going to, like, basically what's going on. We have a whole bunch of cards here, so obviously it's going to reach a bunch of different people. Take what resonates, but we're going to start with your postcard. So it says, "Dearest you, if you allow your awareness to settle in, you will hear us whispering sweetness and encouragement to you. You will know the truth of things that cannot be discerned through the material world. The receiver for this kind of essential knowing is your intuition, which is not the sixth sense, but your first, the primary navigational system of your soul." Okay. "You are entering the age of consciousness. It's time to accept that the paranormal is normal. Human beings are multisensory, multidimensional beings. Spirit infuses itself into all things, and your soul's job is to discover those essential truths here on Earth, where we all agree to play. Today, trust your spidey sense, read between the lines, tune into the stories behind the stories, and your world will show miracles. Fear not, for we are right here, and Spirit loves you. Trust the invisible." So I think a lot of you guys who are, who picked this pile are about to go through like a spiritual upgrade with this full moon, and you may be feeling like extra emotional, and just like sensitive at this time. So just keep that in mind. There's also like a message here of trust and trusting the universe. And I think that's kind of just like a universal message that's going around right now. But really like trust your intuition, because it's really guiding you at this time, and what you're feeling is legitimate. So let's see. Oh yeah, as I said, trust, we have divine timing. I don't like look at these before I do my readings, because I want to be like just as surprised as you guys are. But yeah, then we have blessings. So definitely some new positive energies are coming into your life, and I believe this is a manifestation because we have this cherub, cute little cherub, is like an archer, and I see that a lot as like, you know, hitting your mark and really like actually manifesting, but this is also like a divinely guided manifestation. For some of you, this may actually be the manifestation of a child. This card states, "I'm connected." And that's just reiterating the fact that like to like really put your trust in the universe and trust that divine timing is at work. Like we are all connected and you're always connected to spirit. So they just want you to know that they are supporting you. In terms of your love life, what could be going on around this time, what is coming up about this Aries full moon, we have playfulness and attraction. So I think a lot of you guys are probably going through you know, heavier or have been going through really heavy shit basically, and they're really telling you to connect with like your, you know, your inner child and to be more playful, and that's going to attract like the love that you want. You may, this pile may you know, maybe you're tired of being single and like it's just been like a hard go of things, and maybe you like really want to have children, and that's something that, you know, plays back in your mind. It's like you feel like time's running out on that maybe. But spirit just wants you to know that by like really cultivating that childlike spirit and like youthful energy, you will attract like the soulmate that you desire to be able to manifest these things that you want. And I think that a lot of you guys have done a lot of this work and are actually about to be rewarded. Because we do have loyalty, and I kind of see this as more like a message as like you've been loyal to spirit, you've been loyal to like your self-work. I'm getting that, like putting a lot of effort into your like spiritual growth, and this is what's like been able to like manifest this divine timing and like these blessings into your life, because you really put a lot of focus. And like I think a lot of you guys have just tried really hard to be happier, because we have the Leo card here. You know, Leo has a lot to do with self-confidence and self-worth, so a lot of you guys have probably been you know, doing a lot of self-work, just trying to, you know, be more confident and maybe even be more assertive and have more fun. Like Leo rules the 5th house, so like that has to do with children. For a lot of you guys, this will resonate as like either literally having children or having and maintaining a more childlike approach to life, but also like being more confident. Like there's so much like red and orange and yellow here, and that's definitely like solar plexus chakra. So you guys have been doing a lot of work to you know, take care of your like emotional body, and you know, you're feeling yourself. You know, like Leos are like a big like expressive sign, and they like have no fear when it comes to you know, they don't shy away from the limelight basically. And for a lot of you guys, I see that it's possible that for a long time you guys didn't have that self-confidence to really like be in the world, you know, and like I'm gonna say like it's coming in like let your freak like flag fly basically. And I mean, you totally don't have to be a freak or anything, but I think a lot of the times we like, you know, we're harder on ourselves than other people are on us, and it's just like a message here that you have put in the work and they recognize your work, that you are like trying to live more in your authentic power. And then we have Jupiter abundance, and then we have moon soul. So yeah, this definitely relates to oh, this also the Leo energy also has a lot to do with energy. So maybe some of you guys have been exercising too, and that definitely is super good in like raising your vibration to make your manifestation power a lot stronger. But with this moon energy, like I am just getting a sense of like nurturing. Like you really want to nurture something, whether this is like a literal child or your creative endeavors. Leo rules the 5th house, which also has to do with creative endeavors as well as children. So it's kind of like you're trying to expand maybe some sort of creative thing. Like maybe some of you guys are artists, maybe a lot, I mean, Leo can be like actors or, you know, anything in performing arts. But you really are just in a sensitive place right now, and the universe is really trying to get like these messages to you. Like this this card, you know, it has like lightning bolts on it, and it's like they're literally sending you messages, like instant quick insight to help you expand. You know, this can be like really big ideas, and they want you to follow these ideas. They want you to like have the confidence to really just like step into your power and like allow yourself to be playful and like allow yourself to really like go after what you want. For your tarot cards, we have Judgment, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. For a lot of you guys, like, I think this is really just like a message about you guys getting clear on what it is you want. I think that a lot of you guys have been telling Spirit, you know, like, this is exactly what I want to be manifesting right now. This is what I need in my life. Like, and I don't think that you guys are allowing yourself to like settle for less anymore. Some of you guys, I'm getting a lot like potentially Virgo energy, but there's also, I mean, we obviously have Leo and then Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then with Ace of Swords, I mean, it could be air signs. Also Sagittarius with the Jupiter card. But there is also just like, I think that you guys have allowed yourself, like, this is like falling back in love, not only with yourself, but like with the universe, and allowing the abundance to pour onto you, and like trusting that the universe like sees your truth, and that like it's literally written in the stars for you guys to have these things. And a lot of that comes from, you know, rebuilding your self-worth and your confidence to really just like believe fundamentally that you deserve the best. And you definitely are connected at this time, you know, with probably like other people. I feel like a lot of you guys are maybe making a lot of new friends, or like you're very attractive at this time. Like you are attracting a lot of people just from like your natural like spunk and personality and fire. And I see you guys are also like really loyal friends, and people like your friends would tell you that. For a lot of you guys, like this is definitely like fall scenery here in the background. Also, I think some of you guys may be trying to lose weight, and they want to congratulate you on like treating your body better as well. This is the Rebel deck. So I picked this deck specifically because it's blunt, and Aries energy is really blunt. So for your guys' card, you guys got get the fuck outside, move your ass, and it says your body is pissed at you. So I mean, this may have been an energy that you've been feeling for a while. Like for some of you, you guys have made a lot of progress when it comes to taking better care of your physical body. For some of you, that's a message that maybe that's something this Aries full moon is trying to help you address. As I said, it has to do with the physical body, and a lot of the times, you know, our pastimes like drinking or you know, trying to have like convenient food and stuff like that isn't the healthiest. And they definitely like, there's no judgment. There's no judgment from me. There's no judgment from your guides either. They just want you to know that your vibration can be raised through like what you eat, because, you know, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard like food is medicine. And that is true. And there's so many good fall flavors. I'm just saying. But you know, that's just me. But back to you guys. There's also, for some of you guys, it would be really beneficial to, or you guys have already started like bringing plants into the home and learning how to like nurture those. And like, I think there was something about, you know, I don't know exactly what it's related to, if it was like in like AA or like just like relationships. It's like, if you feel the need to be in a relationship, like get a plant. If you can keep the plant alive, then you should get an animal. If you can keep the animal alive, then you can consider being in a relationship. I think that a lot of you guys have like really taken a hard look at yourselves and like examined the inner, like your inner realm and like your inner child, and like through nurturing that, you guys are just learning how to go with the flow a lot more, and learning how to take care of, I'm hearing like take care of yourself first, which is definitely like a big Leo energy, like that, and that's great. That's also huge Aries energy. And also, if you guys feel like that doesn't resonate, maybe that's something that I'm feeling like they're telling you to like look at. We also have a Scorpio energy here, so a lot of you guys can be fixed in, like, you know, set in your ways, and you don't want to, you know, compromise. And there's like a need to, and there's a lot of fixed energy here in general, actually. There's a need to like release that need of like for control. I mean, like typically in the general tarot, like the Leo card is the strength card, and that woman is like reigning in a lion. And if you can see here in the Ace of Cups, well, here, I'm just like, can you see it? Like, you see it, obviously. Here we have like water lilies, and those signify going with the flow. And so like there's a lot of messages here just about like trusting in divine timing, allowing yourself to connect to your inner child, being more playful, and like allowing things to come to you, like releasing control, and like just trusting your intuition with this like moon soul card, because your soul and spirit like are very connected, and they know what is best for you. They just need to make sure that you're ready to receive it. And a lot of the times, like, we can get out of our own way by just, you know, going back to the things that made us happy when we were children, like singing, dancing, playing. Like, go have a play date with like your girlfriends or your friends in general. Like, I see like a lot of people want to be around you at this time. Like, they want to, you know, like feel your energy and like just be around you. You guys have a very spunky, fun personality when you're not allowing yourselves to, you know, get wrapped up in like how others might view you and things like that. And you know, there definitely are hurdles that like you have had to go through or are going through now, but they're only temporary. And these blessings, like these divine blessings, like this is like Spice Bay. If you guys like have seen that meme, he's like they're like doing this, like sprinkling on like, you know, some blessings for you guys. So like just trust in them and really like believe that you guys are like worthy of these things. Like that's another thing, is like a lot of the times when people have like solar plexus chakra imbalances, the universe will like try to send them things, and they're like, like, I don't know, like, is this really for me? Like, did they get like the wrong, Salt Bay? I don't know, Spice Bay, Salt Bay. But like, seriously, like people, or not people, the angels like want you to receive these gifts, and it's a lot of the time like they'll get frustrated if you keep like blocking your blessings. And the best way to like accept your blessings is to be like a child, you know? Like if someone hands, well, not a stranger, if like a child's mom hands them, you know, like a piece of candy, they're not going to be like, I don't think I deserve that. Like, you know, they're just gonna take it. Like, take the fucking candy, okay? Like, when these blessings come around, don't question it. Just be thankful and, like, know that you deserve it, because you do. And apparently y'all need to get the fuck outside. So, might want to listen to that message. You know, get in with nature. There's so much, like, this card has so many plants, and it's just like you need to breathe in that fresh air. Plus it's like autumn here, and like, you know, it's beautiful. Like go get that crisp or warm, I don't know, everybody's like you know, environment is different. Go get that fall vibe. Okay, group number 1. Well, I hope that resonated with you guys, and please let me know if it did. Be sure to give it like a thumbs up, and I love you guys so much. And I'm gonna move on to group number 2. So if you guys selected group number 2, this is going to be your reading about what the Aries moon has to say to you. So let's read your postcard first. Dearest you, are you taking yourself and your problems too seriously? Maybe fear of the future is weighing on you. We would like to take a little break from it all and start having fun. Wow, this is like totally going back to like this last message. Apparently, I'm sensing a theme here. When you stop fixating on what is making you feel heavy-hearted, we get a chance to move some magic in your direction. We just need you to let go a little. Spirit needs some room and gets very inspired by your laughter when you have fun. When was the last time you got really loose, silly, and goofy? Maybe you need to go dancing or watch some very funny comedy to make you laugh, or call that one friend you know that will remind you how ridiculous and delightfully giddy you can be. Aww. You will return refreshed and renewed and ready once again. See the world as less daunting, and you will be ready to receive in perfect timing the bounty that Spirit has for you. Don't you just love how much we care about you? Oh, that's really sweet. I love these cards. I'm so happy that I picked them up. But, I mean, that's a pretty similar message to pile number 1. But, I'm seeing like this is more having to do with external forces in your guys' lives. Like maybe they're, you know, pile number 1 had a lot to do with like their self-worth and confidence, but this seems to be more like things are heavy around you, you know? And it's really obviously really hard to break free from fixating on your like, you know, tragedies or bad things that happen in your life. But they really like are gearing you towards like self-care and laughing more. Like that's a huge thing. Like you guys need to laugh. And also like for some of you guys, like you do have a friend that you know you can call and you'll just have like a nice conversation and it'll just be like funny. And even if it's like an old friend, maybe I feel like for some of you guys will actually be receiving a call from an old friend maybe in the next like 2 days. That will be very like therapeutic and healing for you. So that's exciting. So for your tarot cards, we only have 2 for you guys. Oh my God. Yeah, there's definitely some things going on here. We have the Devil and the Emperor. For a lot of you guys, this is going to signify that you guys are learning how to take control of the things that you feel chained to. I think for a lot of you guys, the majority of your life has been run by someone else and their opinions or like what they wanted from you. Whoops. Hopefully that didn't screw it up too much. My phone just told me it was dying. I'm gonna plug it in really quick. Okay. So yeah, just like getting in control of your potentially, this could be addictions, this could be relationships, you know, like any external forces that are like affecting you negatively. Like you are, and plus like this is the Aries full moon, you know, this full moon was a culmination period to show you exactly what has been affecting your life and what's been ruling your life from the outside, so that you can address it and really just, you know, take your power back. Like, and, you know, trust that you guys have all of the resources like literally in front of you to change your circumstances. Like you don't need to be chained to anyone. You don't need to be chained to a person who makes you feel like shit every day. You don't need to be chained to a parent who devaluates you and degrades you every day. You guys have so much like power that is like untapped into right now, and the universe just really wants you to, you know, have fun. And one of the things I love about Aries people, like generally I have like Aries is in my 7th house, so, but it's also square my sun because I'm a Cancer. So it's like a love-hate relationship with Aries. But one thing I really, really, really respect about Aries is like they go get what they want. They go out, they, you know, they go have fun. They don't care about like how other people view them. Like they stand in their power, even when they're wrong, but they stand in their power. And like, you just need to trust that, like, or not even trust, but just be that emperor or empress that like lives inside you. Like take control, take your control back. For some of you guys, this will have to do with addictions. Like, if you feel like alcohol or drugs has been running your life, like, it's time to cut it out. Like, you know this, like, intuitively. And a lot of the reasons why, like, people drink and stuff like that have to do with, like, them overwhelming themselves and, like, not being able to cope. And, like, that really, like, goes back to what this postcard message is. Because for a lot of you guys, you do ruminate and, like, focus on, like, the more negative aspects, and this can make you guys, like, so heavy-hearted and, like, you know, sad, and then, like, feeling like you need to cope in just to, you know, make it through the day. But the universe is really, like, telling you that, like, the power is within you to change the situation. It has a lot to do with setting your boundaries and allowing yourself, like, the time to take care of yourself. And if you guys, like, really nurture and, like, stand, like don't let people walk all over you. That's a huge message here too. Like, if you don't want to go out, don't let that guilt trip of someone being like, oh, but, like, I was really excited to see you, or, like, it's gonna be so much fun, like don't give into it, you know? It, like, this could have a lot to do with toxic friends, people who, like, you know, they may be fun, but they don't have your best interest at heart, you know? Like, and everyone has a different life path and a different story. And it's okay to be friends with people who, like, drink or party, you know? But also, like, just be cognizant of how that affects your life on a daily basis. And, you know, this is, like, a message to really come to terms with the fact that, you know, if your friend who maybe is, like, a bartender or works in the service industry, like, they may want to go out and, like, stay out super late on, like, a weekday. And maybe you have, like, a 9-to-5 job and you know that that's not a good idea, but they're like, do it. And you're like, inside you know that you shouldn't and that you should set that boundary, but it's hard for you. And the universe is telling you, say no. Like, you can set these boundaries. Like, you don't have to live like this. You don't have to be, you don't have to, like, let people dig into you, like, emotionally. And the only person who can change that is you. It's not, like, you can't change other people and what, like, they're gonna want to do with their lives and stuff like that. This has everything to do with your willpower. I'm feeling such an Aries vibe from this pile. I love it. So this, as I said, is the Rebel deck. So this is the deck that is just, like, very blunt. I feel like Aries energy is, like, written all over this deck. It hurts my feelings sometimes, but that's fine. Yeah, this is exactly what I was saying. This says you're giving too many fucks, give 0. So for, like, a lot of you guys do have a hard time saying no. Maybe you're a yes person. Maybe you are a pushover, and people know that about you, so they try to, and for a lot of people, it's not even that, like, they, you know, are trying to be toxic, because I feel like a lot of people who are toxic don't recognize that they're toxic, but they know how to get to you, and you need to, like, nip that in the bud, like, for your own sake and for your own sanity, for your own, you know, just to respect yourself. Like, that's a huge message that's coming through. So let's look at your astrology cards. Okay, so we have the fire element of desire. And then we have Virgo, I analyze, and then South Node, life's debts. So yeah, for some of you guys, this will be a connection, potentially a relationship. Could be with a Virgo or Capricorn, Aries, or some fire sign, and where you, like, the sex might be good, you know? And the universe is really just telling you to, like, analyze. Oh, so I definitely read that comment. So many totally agree. Like, I mean, I've been through periods in my life where I've been toxic, and I mean, that's what I mean. Everybody's on their own spiritual journey, and we can't force people to, you know, ascend or become more spiritual. It's something that they have to do on their own. But back to this. So for some of you guys, this will be like a karmic ex. That can be something that I'm seeing here. Maybe if you have been allowing someone to take advantage of, like, your energy and your time and your resources, potentially, because we have Virgo. And the South Node connection, that's a point of your chart that is a drain. So for some of you guys, this will be like, you'll know what this is because it's draining you of like your fire element, of your passion and your desire to be better, like the best version of yourself. And like with Virgo here, this even can be draining like on your health. Like it's just not healthy. And I just like strongly encourage you, like this is just, not allowing yourself to be in denial. Like an Aries person is not going to like allow someone to walk all over them, like they are called the warrior for a reason. Like they're survivors, they are fighters, and you need to really tap into that energy to like cut this off and just like allow yourself like the privilege, and it's not even the privilege, it's your right to like live your life the way that you want to live your life, like outside of someone else's control. And for a lot of you, like I really do feel like your health may be suffering as like because of your attachment to either a person or a substance or a lifestyle or a habit, whatever it is in your life, it's draining you, and like you can't ignore it anymore. Like there's nothing more powerful than taking back your power, you know what I'm saying? So let's just dig deeper here. So we have wishing and message. I think for a lot of you guys, I'm getting like this is a harsh message, sort of like if you've been like having a pity party and like kind of just like wishing that things were different, that's kind of like deflecting your responsibility in the situation. And they're like the universe, you guys may be seeing birds a lot, like crows specifically, when you're thinking and like channeling. Just know that they're really trying to send you messages at this time to take back your control. And a lot of the times bird totems have to do with like viewing a situation from a higher perspective, especially when you're in toxic situations. It can be so easy to just get lost in the weeds of a situation, especially with this Virgo energy, because you want to analyze every like little bit and piece, and like we can get stuck on like literally one situation that happened between you and one person, and you can be thinking about that for an entire week. And so it's almost like you're missing the point, and so you're like manifesting like lack into your life by being like not like ignorant, but just sort of like blind to like this energy and how much it really does control your life. Let's see what's going on. These are your love cards. So we have honeymoon, so enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Finances and career, so financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. For some of you guys, you are you could be struggling financially and be worried already about, your ability to provide during like Christmas presents or things of that sort. I'm just getting like especially since this energy can be so draining, it can affect your ability to like be your best at work. And especially if you're experiencing fights, or maybe like staying out too late. As I said, that if your friends like work in the service industry and you work a 9 to 5 and you go out, and that can affect your performance the next day. So I think this is just like reiterating the same message of like analyzing what you can do to make your like daily experience better, and like what you can remove like from your life to like plant better seeds. Because in this card, she's literally like, doing some gardening. Some of you guys might be into that. This girl, not into that. But we've got Virgo energy here, and that has a lot to do with like harvest and plants. So if you got a green thumb, good for you, because I can assure you not everyone has it. Okay, so then we have I am worthy. So there's a quote from a movie that I think it's like Perks of Being a Wallflower, and that's really coming to mind here. And it's like, we accept the love that we think that we deserve. So for a lot of you guys, if this is a relationship, you know, that's like a huge statement to like help you reflect and be like, you are accepting what in your mind you think you deserve, and you are worthy of so much more. Like, when we get involved with toxic energies, and I'm speaking from experience here, like I was in what I would consider a karmic relationship, what I thought was like a false twin flame, or I would call a false twin flame relationship, that like, although like I was addicted basically to, and like we had a very cyclical relationship, and it was very painful and toxic, and I was aware of this, but at the same time, like, it was comfortable. And what does that tell me about me? It's like, you know, I was telling myself as well as the universe that like, this is what I deserve, and you don't deserve to, you know, be chained to someone or something that like doesn't bring you any positivity. And a lot, like even my health suffered in that situation, and these are things that like it can only go on for so long, you know. You're gonna have to get out of this energy, and this is like a really good time to like do like a releasing ceremony, or you know, really get right with like what you want, and like writing it down, writing your affirmations, you know. And then for your healing messages, so these are angel messages, we have listening and focus. So yeah, I think that this just has a lot to do with, you know, looking back at this postcard, you know, where are you focusing your energy, like your mental energy and your physical energy? Like, is there anywhere that you feel as though it is imbalanced, basically? For a lot of you guys, you know, this could be a friend who, like, I'm getting the sense that, you know, because we do have people who come into our lives, and you know, everyone goes through stuff, and for a lot of you, you may have a friend who like always calls you when like something like shit's hitting the fan in their life, and shit's gonna hit the fan in everyone's life, but there is like, for that relationship to be balanced, that person needs to be there to listen to you too when you have problems. And we need that balance in relationships in order for them to, you know, to like not form resentment, or like just be healthy, because the energetic exchange is supposed to be even. There's an energetic exchange here that's not even, and that's what you need to focus on right now. And the angels are really like I say, like, this comes to my mind a lot when I'm doing readings, but in Zelda there's like a character, like, well, for Zelda they have, I don't know what her name is, but she's like the little orb that kind of like talks to Zelda, and she's like, hey, listen. Like, that's literally what they're telling you, and I'm like hearing it in my head, and they're like, it's kind of like pointing, like, focus on this, not that, like, focus on, you know, your finances, focus on being a better you, focus on taking charge of your own life. And like, everything, like, once you raise your vibration, things will naturally just start falling away, and that's just the way that life is. So like, you don't need to be wishing for like the things that you don't have, because when you get into that mentality of like, oh, like I wish I had this, then you're just manifesting more lack, because you're telling the universe about like, I don't have this, so they're like, she doesn't have it, like, why would we give it to her? Like, you know. And these are like, this pile like really resonates with my soul. Like, I have been where you guys are. Like, this is a hard situation to navigate, especially if you guys have childhood wounds related to like not feeling loved. And for a lot of you guys, that shadow work that you will have to address this lifetime, and that is like a karmic debt for you, because a lot of the times, like, we'll accept this type of love when we are like repeating a pattern that we had with a parent. So like, for example, like, sometimes I didn't feel like as like connected with my father as I could have been. And you know, I feel like our society really like pokes fun, or like, you know, thinks like daddy issues are kinky or whatever. And I mean, like, it's okay to like be aware that like that's a thing and like, you know, not demonize it. But at the same time, like, we also don't have to live like that. Like, in this relationship that I'm speaking about, when I was going through it, like, I was basically trying to find that love in someone else. So I attracted someone who was emotionally unavailable to me, and who, like, and I gave them all the power. Like, I let them be the emperor. And through that, like, you lose yourself if you allow someone else's like perception of you to dictate your own worth. And these are things that will, like, this is like, that is karma. Like, that is like an Akashic record thing, like, that needs to be broken. And honestly, a lot of the time, like, this is seen in ancestral karma, and it has to do with, you know, and it's no one's fault. The only thing that, like, the only time where we can place blame is when we know that there's a problem and we don't address it. So just know, like, you're worthy of everything that you desire, and the universe wants to give that to you. The universe wants to see you happy, but they have to see you put in the effort and, like, know that you deserve it. Yeah, just, I'm telling you, like, we accept the love that we think we deserve. So look at what, like, type of love you're receiving, and what does that say about how you feel about you. Whew. Okay. That was like a very like heavy message. I'm trying to see if there's any other things that I'm seeing here. I'm just hearing like bridge the gap between like your child, you know, your inner child, and who you are now. Like, you need to heal that connection and realize that, like, because children do come here to be loved. Children come here to be like nurtured. And for a lot of us, you know, our parents weren't like that. And that's like no fault. Like, we can't really place blame on them, because, you know, a huge fundamental part of growing up is realizing like that at some point your parents are people too, you know? They have their own karma, they've dealt with these own things, and for a lot of them, they really did the best that they could. But that doesn't negate the fact that, you know, it has caused issues in like your personal life, and you don't need to be like living by that, like those rules anymore. Hold on one second. For some reason, I have my phone plugged in, but it's not charging. Hello? I'm channeling here. What can I unplug? I don't like playing this game. Oh, I can unplug this. Hello? I'm like going in blind here, guys. Please don't get electrocuted. Is that gonna work? I still don't feel like that's working. What in the fuck? Hello? I feel like an old lady, like, is this thing on? Like, I don't know how to check if my phone's charging. I'm crying. I'm crying inside right now. I don't need technical difficulties in my life. No. Like, there's no reason that that shouldn't be working unless that brick doesn't work. Okay, guys, you might have to give me just 1 second to go find like an actual iPhone brick, because little Android buddy isn't doing the job. Okay, I have a different plan. Oh, my 5 viewers, you've held on so well. So the light's gonna go off really quick, but I will fix it. Oh, actually, I mean, like, that's such ambiance. It's getting romantic. That should work. Will it work? Mercury retrograde's already testing my patience. Okay. Let's see here. Is there some way that... Aw, you are so nice. Jiminy Crickets. Hold on, I'm gonna just like exit out of this. I don't know if this like stops the video or not, but I'm gonna try something really quick. We're good. Thank God. Okay. Well, I hope that this lighting's okay with you. You know, all in protest, say I now, and I'll try to plug the light back in. Or I will plug the light back in. Like, I'm not dumb, I know how to turn it back on. You have 10 seconds. Okay, cool. So, yes. This definitely is like playing on like childhood issues and childhood trauma. So, I know for a lot of you guys, like, this is like a heavy message, and like I feel like sometimes I'm like the bearer of like bad news, but this is like reality, you know? Like, I don't want to sugarcoat shit. Like, I'm not here to like tell you like everything's gonna be fine, because, you know, our spiritual journey is, and like what we're here for as humans is to like experience life like in the physical body, but also to like ascend and like address these like familial like karmic patterns. And for a lot of us, like, let's be real, like some of our parents or like the older generations, like they are so stuck in their ways that they're not going to deal with and address. And, you know, that's really sad. Like, being real, like, that's really sad to see, you know, and that's like the type of energy that perpetuates like why like racism is still a thing, like why we're still struggling to like even get along. Like, a lot of people like to say like, oh, it's like not a problem anymore, but it's still a problem. Like, it's still a problem. And like, it's always like, until we bring in this change and raise our vibrations and like get these messages out and like start addressing them, it's always going to be a problem. And I mean, every step, like, I don't want to like diminish like every step in like the right direction is like forward progress. Like, that is definitely true, but a lot of these issues, they stem from deep wounds that a lot of people don't want to address, and they would rather remain ignorant. And I hope that you guys, as my viewers, like, I know a lot of you guys are like probably like into spirituality. Like, if you like my channel, then you probably work on shadow work, you know, like you're aware of what that is, you're aware of like your weaknesses or where you might fall short, and like being more aware of like your upbringing and how that influences how you live your life today. But for a lot of people, you know, that's not the case, and that's why it's important that, you know, you hear these messages and you carry them on to all the people around you, because it really is a domino effect. It really is. Okay, so I'm gonna get off that spiritual tangent. I wonder if the next pile is gonna get me on another spiritual tangent, but I really like I'm telling you, like, this message like hits and resonates deeply for me. And so for anyone who that did resonate with, like, just know that you're not alone. Like, I'm here to tell you that you can get out of it. You don't have to be a slave to someone else's perception of you, or, you know, whether that's like someone today or your parents or like a teacher or someone who made you feel less than growing up, because you are worthy of everything. Everyone is. It's just about allowing yourself to receive it. Okay, so pile number 3. I can't believe 4 piles, and I'm like already at like almost an hour, but you know, I felt compelled. The energy is here. Okay, so for pile number 3, let's go ahead and get into your postcard. So this is, dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with your life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what's in your highest good and can deliver to you what you need in appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way working out, okay, so this is a detached from outcomes pile. Be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose can push you into the direction not only on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much. Okay, so for this pile, some of you guys might be fixed signs, so it is kind of your natural inclination to be more rigid. Or to have, like, and that is the power of the fixed signs. A lot of people, you know, they say that it's like really frustrating because, you know, mutable signs are like, y'all don't always get along, but there are times to be fixed and there are times to be fluid. And this is really a time where the universe wants you to be flexible and allow, like, maybe like things aren't gonna be exactly how you wanted them to be, but it is for your highest good how they come, if that makes sense. So let's take a look at your tarot. So we have the 9 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so for some of you guys, this could relate to a relationship. This could also, like, I'm not seeing job, but like it's definitely centered around something that once made you happy that you might want back. That's what I'm getting. Take a drink really quick. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're trying to manifest this, or you may even realize that it's out of your hands, but it's kind of like you're still nursing your wounds and thinking about it and mourning the loss of it, or, you know, just allowing yourself to get sucked into the energy of, for some of you guys, this could be like a past relationship that you feel betrayed because you allowed yourself to be vulnerable with someone and you ended up getting hurt. And this can be a situation I'm seeing, like when someone promises, you know, like, oh, I'll never hurt you, and then, like, I'll be damned, they were like the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands can be a flighty character, and they can like zoom in and zoom out. Like, this can definitely be like a fuck boy or fuck girl situation, and it's kind of like being duped or feeling like you like weren't allowed the privilege to know the reality of the situation before you were too far in, and then you got screwed over. So for a lot of people, when those sorts of situations happen, they can become very like resentful towards the universe and like, you know, feeling like a wounded warrior. But it's like, what they want you to know is, like, everything serves a higher purpose, and they're asking you to surrender the situations, because for a lot of you guys, you do want this person back, or you want the situation back. You want to feel the way that you felt when all 3 of these cups that are spilled were together. You know, you want reunion, you want harmony. But for a lot of you, that's like not going to come in the form that you have your heart set on. It's going to come in a potentially entirely different way, maybe even a different person, a different situation, a different circumstance, but it's better suited for you. And it's going to like ignite passion in you, but you have to like allow yourself to stop like kind of like drowning your energy in pain. and sorrow. And I kind of feel like for a lot of you guys, you feel like you're in a dark tunnel and like you've already faced a lot of challenges, and this is kind of just like the icing on the cake. Like there's just like a feeling here of like feeling really just pissed. Like I'm getting anger because I think for a lot of you guys, you thought the situation was going to go a lot differently than it did, and it's so hard to like let go of you know, something that happens when we already feel like we've paid our karma, or like we've like done our due diligence to the situation, or like there's no reason why something like this should happen to you. And that's true, you know, like it's really easy to get stuck in that vibration, you know, as a human, because especially when our desires like don't match our reality, that's like devastating, and especially when it comes to other people. But a lot of the times when things fall apart, it has a lot less to do with you and a lot more to do with the people that you are investing this energy in, and that has a lot to do with discernment. And it's no lie that like people do lie, people like don't do right by everyone all the time, but at the same time, like the universe really wants you to be more flexible, and like even with like your brain and your feelings, and like trying to take a higher position and like see the silver lining. Because like the Knight of Wands to me is always a Sagittarius card, and the Sagittarius like motto and like the house it rules is the 9th house of like philosophy and like higher learning. So this is definitely about seeing things from a higher perspective instead of allowing yourself you know, to mourn for a really long time. For a lot of you guys, like you guys have been in this vibration, this sadness, this mourning for like could even be like 3 to 5 years, and it's time to like really just like trust the universe has like something better. And in a lot of ways, like that word compromise is really like sticking out to me. So like if the universe is going to make a compromise with you, then it would be like it you can have the situation that you wanted with this person with another person. That's a compromise, you know? You can have that job that you wanted with a different company. That's a compromise. But like the only person standing in the way of you finding that success is you, because you're holding on to past regrets and pain and potentially a person. And I mean, this could even be a person that like you screwed over too. Like the energy can go both ways. It's like now you see them living their best life, being like a Knight of Wands, probably traveling and doing all this stuff, and you're over here like, wow, like look what I did, like I threw that away, or like we could be happy together, but like, you know, I did this. And it's kind of like taking ownership and responsibility for the past, but like not letting it affect your future. And I hadn't even looked at this card, but literally it says time to let go, and then it says move the fuck on. So for a lot of you guys, this will be about a relationship, this will be about a person, you know, a past situation that is in need of being released. Which I know like a lot of people like hate this sort of message, but you know, Lizzo, the truth hurts. Okay. You know, I'm a spiritual person. I make YouTube videos. Like I still get these messages, okay? Like I still get messages from the universe that like I need to surrender, I need to move on like from these toxic thoughts, and like I'm not a perfect human, but it's all about like, you know, actually taking the advice from the universe or like your angels and your guides, and like recognizing that like sitting in the 5 of Cups energy is you're going nowhere. Like it's stagnant. And you guys have like fiery like energy. You guys have the Knight of Wands. You guys have creative endeavors. You guys have passion. You guys have dynamic personalities that deserve to be shared with the world, but instead you just like want to nurse your wounds. Okay, so we have third house messages, and then we have the solar eclipse, and then we have Saturn. Oh God, if some of you guys might be going through your Saturn return, and then the Grand Cross Provoker. Okay, so wow, that really just resonates. You know, the truth hurts. That could honestly be something that is prevalent in this pile. Like, you could have, God, for some of you guys got broken up over text, and that just like, God, people are terrible. And it's kind of like, I mean, Saturn is in Capricorn right now. So there is a lot of things that, you know, we are feeling restricted about. And this is a very, like, it's a grounded energy, but also, and it's in, like, its domain. It's in, like, the sign of Saturn, basically. It's, like, the ultimate father figure who, like, doesn't give a shit, like they want to see you progress. It's like tough love, basically. And that's kind of like the message that I'm getting here is like, you need to kind of embody that like tough love with yourself, and stop allowing yourself to, you know, be depressed or like feel like a victim. And these messages are just like coming through really strong. Like, there may even be people around you, like male figures who like are telling you this, like literally telling you this in your life. And this is like trigger, like you probably get triggered when people give you this message, and I don't blame you, because again, I've been here. No one wants to fucking hear it. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it is like, you know, let me be in my ignorance, but that's also like not what Saturn is about. Like, Saturn is about facing the music, facing the truth of the situation, seeing it for what it really is, and then moving on, you know? And this is like the only way that you can bring this like revolutionary energy into your life, and it's going to keep coming. Like, people are going to keep triggering you. You are going to keep like feeling provoked, and like, especially for some of you who picked this pile, like, you may be having like legit fights right now with like family members or friends, or like maybe you even like want to instigate this person, like this ex. Like, I feel like for a lot of you guys have just like, like fire lit under your ass, and you want to like run into some situation and just kind of, you know, give people a piece of your mind and like tell them the truth. And I mean, like, for some of you, you might be in your right to do so. Like, you may even be drafting you may be drafting a message to someone to be like, you know, like, this was fucked up, and like, I don't appreciate how you treated me. And for some of you, that is something that you're gonna have to do to like release that energy. Like, you need to get out of this vibe if it's gonna, like, obviously, like, if someone is mentally unstable and you know that, you should not approach them with like some really like fucked up like stuff. Like, please don't, like, but you would know if that situation was there. But if it's just facts, you know, like, if that's the truth, like, of the situation, like, you hurt me, like, I'm not like I'm healing, but I'm not good with like how things went down. Like, it's disrespectful. Like, I'm getting, like, you guys have been disrespected, and this is like kind of like provoked this like Aries energy in you in a way to where like you want to assert yourself and like your ego. Make sure like just that you're like not out of line. But for some of you guys, you really have been like put through a loop. Like, someone like did a number on you. And this could even be something, like, as I said, that happened in the past, and you're just coming to terms with it now, and like really seeing it, like seeing the truth of the situation, and you just like want to rip this person a new one. Let's see what the messages, following messages are. So we have High Priestess of Air, and then choices. So yeah, you could be having to make a decision about like how you want to deal with this situation. And it's like you have an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder, and the angel is like, no, like, just let it go. Like, just move on in peace and silence. And then some of you guys might be air signs. and this fire energy is just like really riling you up, and like you have a lot to say. And so like the devil, or like not the devil, but I mean like the devil on your shoulder is like, especially if someone's with someone else, there is a message here like, please don't send that text. If you're bitter with someone because they're in a happy relationship, just let them be. Like, you don't know what's actually going on in that relationship, and it's just like, don't let your jealousy, like, don't be that person. That's a message for someone out there. But you know, there's that side of you that just wants to like rush in and be like, hey, like, screw you, like, you like did me dirty, and like it wasn't cool, and but in probably a whole bunch of more colorful words and stuff. So just, I think it's always good to wait it out, especially when it comes to full moons, because full moon energy is so strong and the emotions can be so deep and so intense that you know, and especially in Aries, like, yeah, fire and fire just creates a bigger fire sort of thing. So I'm kind of getting the feeling that like, wait before you pop off on someone, because I mean, the moon's not here, but you may not have all the information. Okay, so for your love cards, we have express your love and then passion. For some of you guys, I think that you guys are actually going to, like, if you're in a new relationship, this is a really good time to, you know, tell your loved one, like, how much they mean to you. And I'm seeing that this could be a pretty, like, grounded relationship. But, I mean, there is still aspects of the past that, like, you get hung up on that can also be something that, like, stops you from expressing your love or allowing people in. Like, you guys could have a hard time of allowing people to like see the true you, because you're like, this could be like fear of abandonment or like fear of like rejection. But there is a lot of passion here, and using this Aries energy to just like express yourself, like your authentic self and how you feel about someone, it, like, you know, that's beautiful. And I think that there's someone who really wants to hear it, you know? So like this Knight of Wands energy doesn't have to be like just anger, it can be passion, but you know, sometimes those are kind of confusing because they sort of go hand in hand, you know? Like that could be like, you know, those relationships that like they like have sex after they fight. It's kind of like that. And Aries energy is kind of like conducive to that. So I mean, like, obviously this is a toxic situation, like it's probably best that you don't express your love right now if you just like are trying to get laid or something. Like Knight of Wands, you know, kind of has that tendency. And also don't let someone else, like if an ex tries to come through and be like this can also be seen like with the Five of Cups, express your love and passion, as like someone trying to like say something to you to like just get you back in bed. So for a lot of you guys, this is related to a relationship that like you need to release. But you'll know like through messages, like probably, especially if you've been seeing synchronicities when you've been thinking about moving on. So like, you know, 1111, 333, like portals. And I mean 555 also, that's coming through. And this is like I could see this as being like a test. If someone comes in and like tries to kind of almost like play on your vulnerability because they know like maybe the power that they've had on you in the past, like that sort of thing. And Saturn is like testing you to like provoke you and see like if you'll give in, but you need to like embody this Aries energy and like be like stand your ground in the situation, and don't allow someone to take advantage. So then we have I'm captivating, and this definitely looks a lot like this. So there definitely is like a sadness, a mourning, a grieving, like feeling lost, maybe like this card, like I am captivating, like should mean something more like positive, but the artwork on it is so like different than what it says. And that's like, I'm an intuitive reader, so like I'm looking at the picture here. I mean, obviously resonates with this reading, but I'm just saying in general, like sometimes this happens in tarot cards and I'm just like, what the heck? But yeah, it's like, I feel like a lot of you guys are just like confused about why things ended the way that they did with someone, or why you were treated the way that you were. And like, you can be like captivated by like these like negative thoughts, or just feeling, you know, sad, really. Like, and it's just like time to like let that go and just be flexible, and realize that, you know, it's over and it's time to move on. It's time to release it. Like, do you enjoy feeling like this? Like, no. I'm sure that you guys don't enjoy feeling like Five of Cups. Nobody enjoys feeling like Five of Cups and the Nine of Wands. Like, that's like a perpetual need to like feel like defensive and like guarded, and like, you know, no one's ever going to make you happy, because, you know, if your past says anything, then what is, oh my god, someone they're having a party outside, it's Sunday. What the heck? But it's time to like transform out of this energy. Like, she has like wings on, and like this is just giving me butterfly vibes, you know. So like transform and like fly out of the situation, because like it's just not serving your highest purpose to like, and you know this truth. That's the thing. Like, for a lot of you guys, you know this. It's like Saturn has shown you, and you just keep getting triggered because you aren't releasing it. So the universe is like, well, like, we're just gonna keep triggering you until you release it. Like, they don't, like, Saturn doesn't fuck around. I'm telling you, Saturn does not fuck around. Also, I'm sorry, I'm so candid, like, but Aries vibe is just like that. I'm gonna kill these people outside. Just kidding, I'm a light worker. I don't say things like that. I feel like, have you guys ever watched Ace of Pentacles tarot? I think her name's Ace Pentacles, but literally every time there's like a car, she's like like super triggered. So we have, for your healing messages, we have new beginnings, support. I swear to God, I'm gonna go close my door really quick. I'm not the person with the music. Calm down. I'll be right back. Honestly, that's probably a message for someone. So if music really, really resonates with your like soul, like you may be getting messages through music. I love how synchronicity works like that, but that was super irritating. But another just like channeled messages through this is like, take these new beginnings. You know, the universe is really trying to like push you out of this, and like they want you to like, to see that you have like the support that you need to get out of this vibe and to move into like a new uncharted territory that like you can see with like childlike eyes, you know. For some of you guys have a sibling, like I'm getting a sibling that has like passed away on the other side, maybe even a twin. These kids are very similar looking, and they are guiding you and they're supporting you. This can also be messages from like, if you've had like a miscarriage or like a child pass away, they're trying to help guide. This could literally be about the passing of a child, like this entire reading, because Saturn is also like the Lord of Karma, and Saturn really doesn't spare any time, because it also rules time. So like your time on Earth is ruled by Saturn as well. So for a lot of you guys, like I'm getting the message, or maybe not a lot, but for someone out there, this sadness is related to the loss of a child. And that's some like that can be that message to the person who's like been more, maybe this happened like 5 years ago, maybe even 9 years ago, but it's still something that like is really prevalent in like your aura. And I mean, you're totally justified to feel that way. Just know that like that child is helping to guide you out of the situation, or that sibling. Like there's a very young soul that is helping you guys. So like, I mean, maybe this even for some people like could be a guide that like, you know, just chose you basically. And it could be a child that, and the reason why this child chose you is because they want to help encourage that energy within you. But like this support is really just like pushing you into these new beginnings, and it just take it. Take it. You need to move. You gotta do it. Yeah. Definitely a sibling for some of you guys, like a sibling that's passed away, is like a huge guide for you. And you may see feathers when they're around, specifically like brown or black feathers. I feel like white feathers are usually like angelic. But this is like specifically like related to like the colors of like the earth, like brown and black. Like this child may have been an earth sign. I'm getting like, yeah, so like Virgo, could be a Taurus. But so like if that's hitting for you, just know that you are being guided by them. They're with you during this tough time, and they want to see you happy and see you move on from the situation. Like I feel like a lot, like, I mean, I've had friends pass away. Like my best friend passed away in a car accident when like 1 year after high school. And of course, like I felt like this. Like I felt like the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Like how can you not? Especially when it like someone so young passes away. It's really hard not to be like, wow, like how, you know, life can be just like taken away like in an instant. And but at the same time, like as I've worked on like my mediumship and psychic abilities, like being able to connect with him has really shown me like that when people close to us pass away, they don't want to see us in this state. They don't want to see us like closed off and blocked from the world because we are in pain over their passing. Like they want to see us move on. And I'm just seeing for some of you guys, like this person that is on the other side that you were connected to is really like nudging you and trying to get you to, you know, embrace a new beginning and stop allowing yourself to obsess and mourn and cry over, you know, spilled milk, because they're having like, I'm not going to say they're always partying in heaven, because, you know, they're clearly helping us, but and it's so cliche to say like they're in a better place, but they just don't want you to like feel sorry for them or how it happened, because like they're good and they just want to see you good. Okay, so that's all for you guys. Pile number 3. I'm going to move on to pile number 4. Thank you so much for watching. So here's pile number 4, my final pile. Let's see what the Aries moon has to tell you. So for your postcard, we have, Dearest you, selfless giving is an elixir so sweet and life-giving and amazing that it should be customary for everyday living. Right now, generosity is being asked of you. Let go of a debt, release an obligation, or a solid kindness for someone. Or do a solid kindness for someone for no other reason than to just exercise the heart. You'll be surprised how quickly a generous heart is repaid. We know it often doesn't happen in immediate exchange, so temper your expectations. Know that life has an uncanny way of sending miracles seemingly unrelated to your kindness, yet interconnected in magical ways. The more you act from generosity, the bigger your heart grows and the more love and abundance you will experience. We also know that someone could be entering your life with a generous offer for you. Ooh, exciting for you guys, group number 4. Take it and trust that you are worthy of and deserving of it. You have to receive, not just give. Okay, so what I'm getting from this is some, for you guys who like pick this pile, you may kind of have a tendency, you guys could be earth signs. You may kind of fall into that like 4 of Pentacles energy sometimes, of like not stingy is a bad word. It has like negative connotations, but you could be frugal, you know? Or like you could be worried about finances, but just know that also some of you guys could like be stressed out about debt, especially as we move into Scorpio season. That's like a huge thing that is going to be on people's minds. And that's something that we're going to have to address here while Jupiter is in Sagittarius, because we have more luck and abundance, and then it's moving into Capricorn. So, and I'm pretty sure it's in its detriment when it's in Capricorn. So addressing debt is a huge message right now. But just know that like the energy that you expend into the world like does come back to you. And it's like, for me, because I used to have this like Virgo moon, you know, like I hate spending money but I also love it, you know. But just be aware that like when you spend your money on like other people or like, you know, local business, like that sort of thing, like your money and like for in the kindness of others, like donating, like your money is going to come back like tenfold. You just have to like release your attachment to, you know, it not being there. Because the only way that you can manifest it not being there is by thinking like that, basically. But for some of you guys, this is just like telling you to, you know, just focus on the acts of kindness. And for a lot of you guys, somebody will be showing an act of kindness towards you soon, or someone's going to come in and bring you like a generous offer. So yeah, that's super exciting. Because you also have like the message here at the end is like you have to receive and not just give. So on the other hand, if you guys are like super giving people, like allow other people to help you. Like you don't have to always be like the one giving, you know. And a lot of moms are like that. Like they don't allow themselves like the luxury of, you know, taking time off or like being, you know, they see it as like being selfish when really it's just like they deserve it, you know, like you deserve to receive and not just be like, like the giver in every situation. So let's look at your tarot cards. So we have the 7 of Swords, the Hierophant, and the 7 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so I mean, the 7 of Swords generally can speak of, you know, lying, deceit, betrayal, like that sort of thing, escapism. And 7 of Wands is feeling like you have to stand your ground. And this is all surrounding like an institution. So this could literally be like a job. This can also be like a relationship. This could even be like a spiritual union that you have with someone. I'm getting a sense of pause, like maybe someone like needed a break or you know, kind of slipped out of a situation, and or they've just been hiding things from you, or you just feel like you didn't get like the whole story and this has made you feel like somewhat defensive. The Hierophant is really speaking to me more about like, you know, there's a reason that you like reasons that you don't know why this 7 of Swords situation had to take place. And I'm getting a message of like, this is saving you like some sort of pain in the future for some reason. And like, although it's like has made you feel like defensive, I'm just getting a feeling like there's something that you don't understand here, or something that you're not seeing. Especially like someone around you could be working on like their spirituality, and you can be seeing this withdrawal as them, you know, not investing as much time in you, or but they're like reading up on something. They're like learning. Like this is the Hierophant, but it's giving me strong uh, Hermit vibes. And this can just like be making you feel some sort of way, probably playing on some core wound. But I mean, this is literally a red flag. So there could be some, like, you feel like you're receiving a red flag from someone, but I'm just getting the sense that maybe you don't know the whole story, or like maybe you see someone as being distant as a red flag, but they're really like working on their spirituality. It's something like that. Yeah, this is interesting. Usually I would look at this spread and be like, ooh, but I don't know, the energy is more promising than the cards look. Yeah. And I think that it feels more messy than it really is. And it's just like, I wonder how this like applies to, I mean, this can also be like you giving too much to something and feeling like you're not getting enough in return with the Seven of Swords, or energy. So this can be energy or like thoughts, feelings, things of that nature. But there's just like kind of like a bitterness, but like a lack of understanding. Okay, anyway, for your Rebel deck card, we have put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. Okay, for some of you, like, could be about a relationship, and maybe you are like stalking someone online or what they're doing online, and you're getting defensive and worked up over like something that you're seeing on like social media, and it's like making you question everything and like the legitimacy of your relationship, or you know, just triggering you literally, and you're like kind of seeing this as a red flag, but like your relationship is solid. Like, the Hierophant is here. It's like, it is a spiritual connection. I'm getting the sense like, or like the message of like, you don't need to worry. Like, and this could be playing on the fact that you like some mental loop that could be going through your mind, is like, I've given so much to this person, like I've always been there for them, you know, like Taurus things. Like, I cook them good meals, like I'm perfect for them. Well, I mean, not perfect, because no one's perfect, but like, you guys get what I'm saying, you know, like you've done so much for this person, and then like, how dare they go on the internet and like look at this or like that picture, or you know, something of that nature. But I'm getting the sense that like this person doesn't have those like negative intentions. Like, they could literally like for example, like a clothing brand or something, you know, and you're like on Instagram and you're like, oh my god, like he liked this picture or she liked this picture, and like maybe she's attracted to that model, like that's probably why she liked it, when like in reality, like this, like they really just liked their shoes, or like that pair of pants, or something of that nature. And it's like you're attributing emotion where there is none, because there's literally no cups here. And so it's just kind of like not understanding or seeing the whole picture, and like placing more value into some action or something that someone said, that it's just like not real. Okay, so moving on to your astrology card. Yeah, Void of Course Moon, I'm not surprised. The 10th house, the world, and then the air card of communication. So for some of you, this could also be related to jobs, because the 10th house is your career. And with the Void of Course Moon, it's like, and I did say I feel like that there's something missing, like something that you're not seeing, and this card literally says missing. When I see the Void of Course Moon, I mean, it's generally not the best omen, but I think kind of just what it's signifying here is like your reaction to the situation could cause a Void of Course Moon moment. And I think that this has to do, like the 10th house is also like how the world views you, or how like you come off to the world. And I mean, it's a Capricorn house. So for some of you guys, you may shoot yourself in your foot, like your own foot. And in regards to like an institution or like a spiritual relationship, like there's just like a misunderstanding here, and like there's a really big need to like um communicate with someone instead, like before acting, you know, like for like going back to that example, if you like saw something that you didn't like on the internet, instead of just like being like I'm done with you, like, and making these assumptions, like, because making assumptions make an ass out of you and me, like, sort of thing, instead of like jumping down someone's throat, like, you express your concern in a more like objective way. And like there's a way to finesse the situation. Like the Hierophant is a Venusian sign, and I see like Libra and Taurus as like they get what they want because they know how to ask the question. Like that's kind of a vibe. And it's like you can get the answers that you need without embodying this Aries energy in like a negative way, you know, like you can have your boundaries and like establish your boundaries without coming across as like controlling or like, you know, an asshole. And that's going to like require, like, the sun is in Libra right now, so like you have these aspects that are conducive for like, you know, conversations that like, and this is something that like is so prevalent in our society. It's like our like like people get so defensive when someone just like vocalizes like, hey, like I didn't like this, and then it's like someone feels it's like a personal attack. And that's like something maybe like you struggle with, or this person that you're dealing with struggles with, because it's like, I mean, they may have literally like been judged like critically, like in the public eye. So this could have something to do with the public eye. Please don't, to someone out there, please do not like go on Facebook and like write some like nasty thing for like the whole world to see, because like as I said, there's something you're not seeing in the situation. There's like a miscommunication, and I just don't feel like this person's intentions were like as malicious as, or even slightly malicious for some of you guys, to like warrant that type of reaction. And that's the type of action that would cause a void of course moon situation to occur. So like just be careful. So let's see here, we have understanding. So yeah, literally I'm telling you guys, this is a misunderstanding. And then movement. Yeah, just this is like such a strong message of like, do not act before you get all the information. Like I do feel like a mutual understanding is going to be coming in. Like literally, guys, like this could be a situation where like you see like your boyfriend or girlfriend's activity online, like looking at stuff, or like they deleted their browser history or something, and you're like, oh my god, they must be looking at porn, but really they were looking at rings and they were planning on proposing to you, and now you're just like pissed at them for, you know, kind of not understanding the situation, and then like that can really like fuck things up, because the Hierophant is also like a commitment, so like something traditional, like that could literally be the case for you guys. So like just make sure you see the whole picture before you, and like and try to like understand it. Like, and this is what I'm telling you guys, like Aries energy, it's like triggers, it's like hella triggering. So like you can just act before you think, and that is something that like you guys need to be careful about. For your love cards, oh, you guys have 3, you guys got an extra one. Oh my god, that is definitely a message for someone out there. We have wedding, true love, and calling in your soulmate. Like, this is a huge message for some of you guys. Like, you think that someone is like up to no good or cheating or like lying, and like this is making you triggered or like making you feel defensive, when really they're like trying to figure out like a way to be like more romantic or like something in that nature. Like they want to like express their love to you in like a big gesture, and that's why they could be acting secretive. And it's like that's where the misunderstanding is coming from. And like you just need to like, God, like, oh no. This is like, it's funny, but it's not funny because like this could go really wrong, but at the same time, like, oh, it's cute in a way. But with the movement card, I just feel like you need to like move into a different like mental space and like just trust. Like you need to trust because something is coming in for you, and you can really screw that up if you like get in your own head about like and make up stories in your head and believe them. Okay. I feel loved. Okay, like you guys have a true love connection. Like whoever chose this pal, like you guys have a true love connection, whether you are in it now or not. Like this person could be coming in soon, and like you could literally like cut this person out of your life because you like didn't know or didn't have the full picture, but like you called this person in, and then before you know it, like shit, basically. Because I think for some of you guys think that this person's cheating on you, or like there's a third party situation, and it's really like, sure, they might be consulting, or like if you see them like talking to like other girls or dudes online, and then they're like talking about you, like it's like that sort of vibe. So what are your healing messages, soulmate? I literally can't, guys. Like I cannot with this one. And then answered prayer. So like, I mean, for some of you guys, you also have dealt with situations in the past where you have been screwed over and you have been lied to, and that's like why you have like these feelings about like other people, and you like don't trust super easily. But like the universe is sending you guys a soulmate very soon. You're calling in this person. I think that this is like literally like your divine partner soulmate, and this person's gonna make you feel loved, and they're gonna make you feel understood, and like your life is really gonna like take off. For some of you guys, like this could be a Cancer, I'm getting, or like a Capricorn. I'm getting cardinal sign vibes, but also, I mean, there's Taurus here. So it's just like, and this person's gonna work really hard, like horses, like workhorse, like we have horse here. So that is coming through. But like you just trust that you like manifested this person, and there's no reason to like not trust them, because like this could definitely play out as like you allowing like your past experiences to influence how you view like a new person. And like this person is supposed to answer your prayers, but like obviously like you have to be able to receive it. And that's like why that you have to receive, not just give, is here, because the universe is really preparing you for like this moment when you meet this person. And if you like allow yourself to be in like the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands energy, like they're never going to break through your walls. And that would definitely cause a void of course moon vibe. So I mean, like I'm getting the message here, like for some of you guys, like you need to communicate with like your future lovers or people who are coming in, and like probably like definitely the soulmate, about your past, and like why, like, you know, you have to work on these things of like, you know, making up stories in your head, and then like feeling like someone's gonna betray you or something bad's always gonna happen. It's like because that's like not a healthy way of thinking, and it kind of just like keeps you stagnant because you're not allowing, like you're blocking your blessings basically. And this person is going to like understand that. I think this person is going to, you know, the Hierophant, like I'm kind of seeing a mirror thing here, especially since we have 2 sevens. Like I think that this person is going to have gone through similar experiences as you, and like, you know, they've probably been cheated on and lied to, and like they even feel defensive. So I mean, with the Hierophant here also, like as an earth sign, like this relationship could progress somewhat slowly, but it's going to be like stable. Like you can't shake something built on like a firm like earth foundation, you know? And I'm just saying, like with the understanding and movement, it's like that's how like this relationship will proceed. It's like you guys will be equally matched the whole time. Like you like understand that you like called this person in, and they understand that they called you in, and you guys are like, wow, look what we did. Talk about that. And then like the timing will be just right when you guys are like, oh my god, like I think like I love you, like you're my true love. And they're gonna be like, same. I mean, like obviously I'm like it's gonna be way more romantic than that, but like I'm not about to be that person who's like oh my god, I love you so much, like that sort of thing. But you guys are going to be moving at the same pace, and then like when they feel ready to be married, you're gonna feel ready to be married, and it's gonna be just like a very happy and strong relationship because you guys are willing to communicate like your feelings for each other, as well as like acknowledging like the spirituality behind this connection, because this is like a very divinely guided connection. I mean, obviously soulmate, true love, wedding, like hello, like this is everybody's like dream reading right now. Just make sure like you don't get in your own way by like assuming the worst in people. Yeah. And stop spending so much time on your phone, and don't try to stalk this person. Don't try to see what they're up to. If they're being secretive, like don't automatically assume it's because they like don't love you anymore, or they like aren't feeling the same, or like, you know, that something's going on, or that there's a third party, because like there are some things that are kept secret because they're meant to be surprises, not that they were kept secret because they're meant to hurt you. Like that exists. Because this could really be literally the romance of a lifetime if you let it. Okay. Well, guys, it has been a very long time, almost 2 hours. Wow. But I thoroughly enjoyed bringing these messages to you, and I hope that you guys enjoyed them too. And I thank you guys for all of your support. I'm gonna turn the camera towards me like in a second. But wow, sliding is like not the best. But I thoroughly like thank you guys for all your support in my channel. Like I'm so blessed to be able to do what I do, and like this was my dream. This has been my dream for like 3 years since I started reading basically, and I just feel so honored to like see you guys through like these like spiritual awakenings and journeys, and like to deliver these messages to you. And like if there's just anything I can say is just like, you know, for a lot of these situations, like I've been where you are, like I identify with you, like I see you, and your feelings are valid no matter how you feel, no matter what you're going through. And like the universe is always there to support you, your angels are always there to support you, and like I'm here to support you. And I'm so thankful for each and every one of you, all my subscribers. Like it's been honestly surreal to see my channel like pick up the way that it has since June, because I took such a long break, and I will be having to take a break again soon because I am going to be delivering a child in like less than like probably 4 weeks. So but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that I like got that message out. And also don't forget about the giveaway, because I really want these cards to go to someone who like, you know, wants them and like will cherish them. And I'll get that IG post up and spread the word. Also, you know, if you know someone who like loves astrology or is interested in tarot and astrology, and like this is the most perfect deck, because I actually started out with astrology before I even picked up tarot. So like had I known about this, I would have saved a lot of time. But bless you all, thank you all, sending you so much love and light, positivity and good vibes, and I will see you guys soon.